Hey guys, back at you with another episode from Redneck JDM. Today we got my new to me Toyota Alphard. This van I bought a few months ago on the Japanese auctions. Was up late one night, doom scrolling on the auction portal, came across this, threw a quite low bid in on it for what it is. Went to sleep and awoke the next morning to be pleasantly surprised that I had won. Got a fairly good deal on it at the price that I had bid. This van is the 3-liter all-wheel drive version. They came in both a 2.4-liter and a 3-liter engine option, paired up with a front-wheel drive system or an all-wheel drive system. In either or engine options, you could have a 3-liter all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive and a 2.4-liter all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive. So lots of customization there. These vans are very appealing in my eyes. They are probably one of the most aesthetically pleasing vans from the factory that I've seen come out of any brand. They have this really nice front bumper here that you can see. There was a few different options. You could get more of a bland front bumper, or you could have it upgraded to this from certain dealerships. They also come with side skirts, as you can see here. It's kind of a little bit of a stretch to even call these side skirts because they're in 4 individual pieces. They have these tiny little lips right here on the front and back. You can see where they're actually quite skinny, but you can tell this is where the body kit starts, and this is the actual body. I think they're actually made out of plastic, so a little bit more durable than some of the fiberglass options that you see from aftermarket companies. And then the doors are wrapped straight from here all the way down to the bottom in the side skirt. And same on the rear door and on this little trim piece as well. They are bolted in on this side from the factory. Going down to our rear lip here, you can see where it starts quite high up there as well. Almost about 2 feet long or wide, whatever you want to call it. Wraps all the way around. It's actually quite thick, as you can see. This is the complete width of the body kit on the inside. Very solid pieces, no cracks or anything like that. And yeah, they just make it look quite a bit more appealing from the back. I'll zoom out so you guys can have a better look at it. Kind of in the best shooting hour right now because there's no haze from the sunlight, which is kind of nice. But yeah, very appealing. They also have these really nice taillight designs in these vans as well. And a nice spoiler on the rear there. They also usually come with a stock rear windshield wiper, but this one has it deleted. As you can see, there's this pretty little cap on there as well. It was marked on the auction seat that there was no rear windshield wiper, so I thought someone had broken it off and not replaced it, but almost looks like that was intentional. So yeah, we look really nice from the rear end as well. Go along to this side here. Show you guys a few other cool things about this van. Got these nice rain guards on both the rear window and the front window, as well as this little interesting mirror here, which kind of helps show the driver what's on this side of the van, because you are actually seated on the other side, not on the left hand side. And then another cool interesting little piece that I found about these vans, they actually have 2 cameras built in to each side of this little device here on the front grille. Really cool looking front grills as well. They have their own Alphard symbol. They didn't just slap the Toyota badge on the front. I think it really cleans up the aesthetic of the front end, along with these gigantic headlights. They're also quite cool looking in my eyes. Nice fog lights down there as well, and the place where the front license plate is supposed to be, because they have a front and rear license plate in Japan, as well as a lot of other places. But where I live in Alberta, Canada, we do not have front license plates. So definitely I'll get something to cover that up. Probably a little fake Japanese license plate or something like that. Makes it look a little bit more pleasing to the eye. Not a big hole in the front bumper. We'll go ahead and open up the interior here. I think I've showed you guys most of the outside. Very nice interiors on these vans. They have this beautiful wood trim wrapped all throughout. I think this is leather on the side here. But yes, beautiful trim. This is a stock infotainment system. This is a 2006, so much better looking than what we had here in North America for interiors in our vans. They were pretty hideous. Honestly, it was hard to find a North American vehicle with a interior this aesthetically pleasing and well put together, and everything's very firm. You can shake on everything, all the trim pieces, and they don't make a sound. I think there's a guy that makes crazy money honestly doing that to all the new vehicles. He just goes around and bangs on stuff. I'm sure most of you guys watching have seen that. But anyways, back to the van. We have this little nice center console here. Opens up sideways. You got a little change holder. Don't really know what you'd put in there. And then it's a quite deep storage compartment there as well. This also has the upper glove box compartment. This is just an extra little holder in case you are a smoker, that you have your little ashtray. There's a velvet one in there right now that they gave you either or in case you weren't a smoker and didn't really need that ashtray, that you have an extra little storage compartment. So that is the upper one there. In here we have our nice manual. It looks like it's actually made out of like Alcantara or something like that. It's a beautiful texture. Seems to be very high quality. I don't really know what this is. Looks to be some sort of, yeah, I don't really know what that is. If you guys, oh, I think this is something for the DVD player that's in here. To reset it or something like that. That's my best guess. Yeah, it's a CD. Looks like I was on par there. Something to do with that, to reset something, I'm sure. Just throw that back inside there. Maybe we'll open this back up and throw our manual back in there as well. Yes, so we will open up the rear here now. We have these kind of bench seats on the one side, and then this is just a single seat on this side. Everything's on a rail system, so you can slide everything around quite a bit. I think you can actually pull them out if you wanted to, and maybe turn this into a bit of a camper van, as it already does have the curtains built in, and you got these nice little dome lights throughout, which I found to be pretty cool. Have a nice DVD player here as well that you can fold on out for the rear passengers. Down here there is two headphone ports. These things actually have an inverter, so you have a regular, or two of them actually, two regular ports that you can plug in your devices, such as an Xbox or a PlayStation. And then we also have the volume controls if you have your headphones on, and I think you can mute them as well. And then over here we have our AC control, where you can control the AC and the temperature for all the rear passengers, as you have vents all throughout on both sides. These are what our rear seats look like. There is just two back there. They slide individually over each other. So you have your nice little armrest there as well. So honestly, in most vans in North America, sitting in the very back kind of sucks, but I don't think I would really mind it back here. You got your cup holders, I do believe, and little storage areas in both sides. Ironically enough, I think that these are the nicest cup holders in the entire van. Show you the cup holders that are up here. They are pretty terrible in the front. I don't even think I would trust these to hold much. You think it'd go flying all over your carpets, and your beautiful kind of cream gray carpets would be utterly destroyed. I think the most embarrassing one is up front though. As you get further ahead in the vehicle, the cup holders get worse. This is the cup holder system for these vans in the front. They have this little drop down thing and these adjustable claws that kind of grip your drink, so not real great. I'd say that's almost as bad as the 3000 GT cup holders, which were similar style, but they were angled into the dash of the 3000 GT, so all you could fit was like a regular sized pop can, and that was it, or a very, very small coffee cup. So not the greatest one. Another really bad brand for terrible cup holders was BMW in the early 2000s. They couldn't seem to make a decent cup holder for the life of them either. Close this door up here. It's dual sliding doors on both sides. Really cool option. Close this door up and we can jump in the driver's seat here quick. Came with 3 sets of keys and 2 key fobs, which I found to be pretty interesting. Dash lights up there. Our infotainment system starts up. Thinks it's still stuck in the middle of nowhere in the ocean or something of that sort. It's not going to work real well here, but if you really wanted to swap that out, I'm sure you could swap it for a newer aftermarket system and have your Google Maps and things of that sort. Started up here, we got some pretty cool options. We have this button. If you click it here, obviously you got your hands-free calling and all that stuff, which is still pretty cool to see on a 2006. Not all of our cars had that here. You press that button, we have our cameras that are in our front bumper pop up, and you can see what's on either side of the front bumper as well as what's behind you. If we click it again, pops to a different screen. It'll actually show what's beside you on the other side, so you know exactly where the lines are in real time if you're driving on the highway, or you just want to see what's on that side of the car, not to run anything over. Fairly cool option that you honestly don't see until very recent years on most cars here in North America. Have these cool little storage compartments here. Keep various things, as well as a little cigarette lighter in there as well. Open up the engine bay here. Show you guys that quick before we run out of daylight. Open it up. We got this little kickstand here. Holds the hood up. Very interesting engine placement in these. They're almost built like a bus, where the engine is kicked pretty far back underneath the dash, but they were pretty gracious on the headroom, so you got a good 2 feet of headroom to pull anything out and stick your head in there and your arms to work on stuff. These are known to be very reliable as well, so you shouldn't have to spend too much time in here besides regular maintenance. Fairly clean looking engine bay as well. Haven't even really cleaned this up. This is just how it came. Go ahead and close that up. Just slams shut. I think I've showed you guys everything in the interior. We do have these really cool steps here to get up into the van because it is pretty tall. It sits about the same height as a lifted pickup truck with some decent sized tires on it. So you can definitely see everything from the driver's position. One of the last things to show you guys is the trunk. Open that up. It does have a automatic close button right there, which is pretty cool for a 2006. And then we have not a whole bunch of trunk room here until you push all the seats forward. I don't really bother moving these around at all. There is a little bit of storage in the sides here. And obviously, if you push these seats forward, you could have quite a bit more room. I think you can lay them down too if you wanted to sleep in here, wanted to go on a camping trip or two. Press that button, you can watch it close. All the electronics work perfectly in this van, something that I can't say for older American vehicles that are optioned with things of this sort. They tend to stop working after a few years. One of the most infamous things that is known for that in Canada is our automatic electric running boards. Due to all our salt and stuff like that, they tend to quit working after a few years, and they're very costly to replace. So it's nice to know that all the electronics in these cars are nice and reliable. This van does have 78,000 K on it, I do believe. I'm just going to open it up here and confirm that. Yeah, so really low mileage on this as well. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned on this review. Hope you enjoyed. I don't think I'll be doing too much modifications to this van. Might throw some new wheels on it or something of that sort, but besides that, I think it's pretty much set. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Really helps me here at the channel, bring you guys future videos just like this one. That is all I got for today. We will see you next time.